is the World of Sports Network.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's the G to the U to the R to the U. Welcome to another World of Sports Network presentation. And today we will be talking about the 2020 Washington Redskins off-season needs. And right before we get started, here's the little table of content and what we're going to talk about. We're going to discuss the 2019 season, just a quick overview. After that, we transition and dive into the 2020 off-season key departures, as well as the off-season key arrivals. And then we will transition to the draft as far as draft target and position of need. So before we get started and roll the tape, while we're pausing, you might as well go ahead and hit that subscribe button now. Go subscribe and cool. Now you finished subscribing. Let's roll the tape. To recap the 2019 Redskins season, it was a tough season. They went 3-13, which earned them last in the division. Also, which got then head coach Jay Gruden fired. The organization is going, it seemed like they're still going through a cycle of just trying to find themselves. And going into 2020 offseason, I think the Redskins have made some jump in at least trying to figure themselves out. So with that said, we're going to start with the key departures from the 2020 Redskins team. The Redskins lost their staple corners for the last 4 seasons. They lost Quentin Dunbar on a trade to the Seattle Seahawks. Now, a lot of people in DC are up and down about Quentin Dunbar, but one thing we could say, man, this kid was a playmaker for 4 years in Washington. He ended up with 8 INTs in 4 seasons, and that's not bad, even though most of the years in Washington was up and down with injuries. And now the Redskins also lost Josh Norman via free agency. Josh Norman was also a 4-year guy over there, staple with Quentin Dunbar. Norman left with 7 interceptions in 4 seasons with the Redskins. He came with the big contract, the big hopes, and really didn't live up to the big deal. But he was a consistent guy, reliable corner that the Redskins are going to, a veteran leadership that the Redskins is surely going to miss. And another key departure was Chris Thompson. This is the name nobody really going to mention, but Chris Thompson was a staple. Since 2015, he has 206 reception since 2015 while with the Washington Redskins, man. That's the most reception of any receiver at that span for the Washington Redskins. So that just to let you know, those are the 3 main key departures that departed from the Washington Redskins during this offseason. Now let's transition to the 2020 key arrivals for the Washington Redskins. And there's a commonalities with these arrivals. And it starts with the most important key arrival, that is Ron Rivera. Riverboat Ron. So Riverboat Ron is a professional head coach with the word professional. He has a reputation of being a professional, an adult, a guy, a no-nonsense guy, a guy that holds people accountability, which the Redskins organization has been lacking for numerous years, if not decades. So with the arrival of the professional coach, means he's going to get professional players. So here's some of the players that Ron Rivera identify and target or now arrival in DC. First off, with one of the most important positions, Kyle Allen, quarterback position. Bringing Kyle Allen from Carolina, commonality. He's used to Kyle. Kyle knows the offense. So it just makes sense. And he's a kid that could push Haskins. And if Haskins is what everybody say he is, can't read defenses, then at least Kyle Allen is a professional quarterback, which will make professional plays. We might not win many games or go to the playoff, but at least we'll be a very competitive team. Another addition, welcome back, Kendall Fuller. Solid pickup. Super Bowl winning Kendall Fuller. He brings versatility to the cornerback position. in the secondary. With the departure of Norman and Dunbar, the Redskins needed an upgrade, and Kendall Fuller is that dude. Obviously, he struggled last year in Kansas City, but coming back here, he's solid. He's another guy that's a professional, cultural builder. He fits what Ron Rivera is trying to establish here in D.C., establish a culture. Very versatile. Versus the run, versus the pass, free safety, inside corner, outside corner. You need those type of guys. Move on. I love the signing of Kevin Pierre-Louis, KPL, our special team ace, another professional player. I mean, reliable, accountability. He's going to infuse leadership in that special team room. KPL from the Bears. I love that. That's a cultural builder pick right there. It's not no flashy pick. That's a cultural pick. And he compound that with Thomas Davis for the linebacker room. The weakest link in the Redskins probably roster is the linebacking core. Now you got a heavy, savvy vet, 37-year-old Thomas Davis, who's a cultural infuser. Teach the young linebackers how to be a professional, how to study, how to watch tapes. I love the arrivals. I love that. I love what it signals. It signals a change. It signals professional guys that hold themselves accountable and will do what they need to do to be successful. And they take pride in their work. And that's who type of guys Ron Rivera is bringing into DC. Now let's transition to the need at the NFL for the draft. The Redskins are picking second overall in the draft. They earned that. They earned the second overall pick in this draft. Earned it. By being the worst team in the NFC. Yeah, being the worst in the whole entire NFC. Not even the NFC East, but the whole entire NFC. So they earned the second overall pick. What are the needs for the Washington Redskins? It's easy. They need an instant impact player now. Just like oatmeal, you need instant oatmeal. You need meal. You want to eat now. You go to the drive-thru. You ain't gonna make a meal. You need someone right now that's gonna make you eat and survive right now. You got the second overall pick, and you need an impact player. You need any player in anything offensively or defensively. You need any type of help defensively. And you just so happen that I believe there's two targets. Really one. But we hit it two. I'm not even going to talk about Tua because I don't believe that's happened. I think that's just smoke screen. So I'm going to focus on one and only target, Chase Young. Chase Young is the one and only target. Let's don't beat around the bush. We need a staple at defensive end. We need a pass rusher. We need a 10 or 15-year solidified guy. Chase Young is that guy. Chase Young is going to give us 12 sacks a season for the next 12 years. I call him 12-12. My man Chase Young is 12-12. For 12 years, he's going to give us 12 sacks a season, and I'll take that. I'll take that, homie. So in closure, DC, in closure, Washington, the Skins are starting over. Again, basically, seems like it's a cycle. But there's something different around this time. I think it might be the infusion of Ron Rivera. You could sense a different as far as accountability. There's some difference happening in DC. You smell a team, a professional team, a professional front office, a professional leadership. Not saying this is a playoff team. Not saying this is a Super Bowl team. What I'm saying is I love the direction this team is going. It seemed like for the first time in decades, this team has a plan and a sense of direction. I expect at all else to see a professional team out there. And I expect them to put out a professional effort out there. With that said, y'all know the drill. like this, love this, share this, and I'm out.